Hello everyone, we are Dương and Jehun. Today we would like to present about Vạn Phúc Siêu Village. Our project called name is The Village of the Future because it's a traditional village in the modern way. First of all, I would like to introduce about the urban context. In the center of the village, we have the village has some buildings like chùa, đình, and miếu. They also have some public space such as football field, square, and industrial, steel industrial, bond leather industry, and inside the house. They also have a market to sell its product. Another space is a culture center for the residents. And almost the important buildings they are in here in the center of the village.
So the village is facing several challenges. For starters, the city of Hanoi is rapidly expanding and slowly engulfing the village. Instead of a small village with its own identity, it's becoming just another neighborhood of Hanoi. Also, we talked to several people in the village, and there's a lack of social interaction. People don't feel like they belong together. And as a result, young people are leaving the village. Also in the streets, there's overheating problems because of the sun, and it's an unhealthy and unsafe environment because of all the pollution and the exhaust fumes from cars and motorbikes. And to make it even worse, there's also the flooding every year. There are a few potentials though. The open areas in the village, there are a few of them, and we think we can use them in a better way to connect the village. Also the social events, there are what do you call it? There are big social events where the village comes together, and this is a way to bind the village. And the rainwater, there's obviously a lot of it, and the silk production requires a lot of water, so we think we can use this. And lastly, the main street, the central area of the village. Right now it's just a small street which crawls through the village. We can make this the central area. So our goal. First let me tell you what Vạn Phúc means. It roughly translates to 10,000 happiness, which is exactly what we want to realize. We want to make it into a traditional village, a nice tight community of people working and living together in a green, healthy, peaceful environment. A place where you want your children to grow up. So we want to make a tight community where people feel they belong, a community of people living together. It has to be peaceful, safe and healthy, with lots of green and no cars or traffic. And also improve environmental quality, solve the flooding issues, and provide shading for the people.
And the next slide is our intervention. We would like to create the main street on the village to connect everyone in the village to in the street. And another, we want to create a car-free green zone without the traffic to the village and the river on the village to collect the rain. On this map, we have three space. Field markets for public area, central area for education and public space, residential area for private space. In here, we with the Chùa Buddhist temple, we create a market for field product and for tourism, and people can sell and buy field product in here. Here is the local market with the landscape. We create the for festival as well as a sporting field. And another place is for the private area with meal or for hero.
So here's our intervention in section view. On the top you see the current situation. On the left there's a school with a big fence around it with even barbed wire on top to keep the children inside. Right next to it is the road with cars and the motorbikes feeding through the village, so there's a lot of pollution and noise. In the middle is the Dien, the communal area, but it has a big wall around it. So it's kind of the opposite of a place where people come together. Then again, there's another road and even scrapyards behind the buildings. What we want is one big open green plain where people can connect together, where there's room for recreation, children can play, the elderly can sit and play chess, and create sporting places for the people. Below that you see the situation for the smaller streets in our area. On the left is again a very narrow street where the motorbikes are speeding, so it's unsafe. And on the right is what we want to do. We want to again implement the river for the rainwater with underneath the streets with wooden planks. So you still see it, but you can cross the roads without problems. And also we want to make green areas on the top of the roofs of the lower buildings and use the shop fronts to widen the streets.
And here are the environmental perspective. We found two parts in this village, flood and shedding. For flood, every year this village always be flood, and this is a problem. But our opinion, we want to turn on from the problem to the good thing. We create a river on the village and collect the rainwater in here. It depends on the rain, light rain, moderate rain, and heavy rain. Another thing for the shading, people always want to work on the shade in the summer, but they want to enjoy the sun in the winter. That's why we have this for two situations, depend on the sun. And also we create a project tree in the summer. They create a shadow for people can working, and in the winter the left and they can enjoy the sunshine.
So here are some visualizations for our project. On the top left you can see the street with the top level over here for recreation and the street for commercial area, for shops for the local villagers as well as the silk market. Also here's the river, as you can see, with the wooden boards. The river is an important element throughout the village. On the top right you can see again what it looks like above. We want to have trees as well here to show the entire production process from one end of the village to the other. So you start with the mulberry trees and you end with the silk project. And on the bottom you see the panoramic view of the central area, the park, which has over here the little river, so it will overflow as soon as there's more water. And if there's no water, it's just a pavement where children can play. They can kick a ball, play badminton or whatever. So for short, we want to implement the values of a traditional village into the modern world and make Van Voort a village once again. Thank you for your attention.